Welcome to another edition of Highlighter News. I'm Zoe.
And I'm Amelia.
Gymnasts do backflips all the time. 3 juniors try to master the skill.
Reporter Tucker Johnson brings you the story.
This is how a backflip looks. And these are our backflips. Now it's time for training.
Do this in the pit. Then you can push off. Push. Oh. This is one thing we're going to learn. Set it. When jumping off here, set back. Yeah. Act like you're sitting in a chair kind of. And then bend your legs, jump. Keep your chest up. Yeah, this is sketchy. Hey,
oh, look at that! How do we get out of here? You just gotta. That is the toughest part. Yeah, oh, I got it in my eyes. She warned me about that.
Stay here. Work here and go down and up.
That one was on right there.
That was good.
One more. Was it?
Yeah, that was good. Better than Tucker's.
I'm a natural?
Yeah,
I'm a natural. Greatest coaches ever.
Now on to the mat.
It's
Okay, go. Oh, stand right. First.
Oh, goodness.
You don't have to grab. Our coach will. 1. Why do you go?
Here are the results.
3, 2, 1. Okay, 3, 2. Okay, guys, time's up in 20 seconds.
Oh, I know this.
2, 1. Yeah!
For Highliner News, this is Tucker Johnson.
Miko isn't the only dog around. Amelia Meester introduces you to Lacey.
Lacey was a total random gift, an anonymous gift. We have no idea who gave her to Sam. I just got a phone call one day out of the blue that said, "Hi Tina, your name was given to me and I train dogs and they would like to donate a service dog to your son Sam." When I said, "Who would do that?" they said they'd like to remain completely anonymous. I can't tell you. So that's how that started. That was on August 15th, 2018 is when I got the call. And she came to us on October 31st, 2019, which was impeccable timing before COVID. Sam is doing really well. We still have work to do. Communication is one of the hard things we have with Sam. And so him telling her a direct order sounds very different than when we tell her a direct order. So there's still some learning going on there. But she has helped him self-regulate better in the classroom. And she is quite frankly a buffer because talking and eye contact even, it's scary for Sam a little bit. And so she is a safe thing between, a safe buffer between Sam and somebody else. But do please talk to him because that helps him. Sam will continue with training. She's considered in training until all of us can prove we have to take a test until all of us can prove whoever will have her in a public setting has absolute control of her in a public setting. So we continue to work on that with Sam so that, because she knows who's at the end of the leash. And so she needs to understand that the way we give a command Sam means the same thing, the way he gives a command. So we'll continue doing that. There are also other things to do. It would be wonderful, because Sam loves running, if she could run with him. And also she's just somebody that helps calm him, and she's part of his routine with caring for him, and those kinds of things I see continuing.
For Highliner News, this is Amelia Meester.
Reporter Maddie Clabo takes you behind the scenes of this year's Hollywood-themed prom.
On the night of prom, everyone is dazzled by just how nice the hack looks. To get a better understanding of how this event comes together, I sat down with prom coordinator Mrs. Quilbang.
When deciding a theme, we get a prom committee together, and that happens late January, early February, and I throw out a couple of ideas to the prom committee, and then they kind of make the final decision on what theme they are wanting to go for the year.
After the committee is chosen, the real work begins.
We meet usually once a week and kind of go through what we want for stops, decorations, those sorts of things. And then from that time on, it just kind of builds and we keep going. You know, there's a lot of things that go on in the in-between stages of that, from ordering things to, you know, just the different decor items that we need for each stop, gathering a whole bunch of information, you know, just aligning all those different things that it takes for the final day to come together.
But once that day comes, everyone can relax and just enjoy the dance.
You know, I love the day of prom and actually the week leading up to it, when we have everything done and then I can turn off all the lights and, you know, just see how everything comes together after that much planning is really fun. And I also enjoy just watching the kids go through Grand March and seeing everyone all dressed up, and that's just a lot of fun and just rewarding to see that at the end.
Reporting for Highliner News, this is Maddie Clabo.
If you are interested in pottery, there is a new business in town.
Josie Spengler introduces you to the Pottery Parlor.
The passion of art followed Galen Dennis Peterson from high school until now. As a retirement business, Galen Dennis decided to start the Peterson Pottery Parlor.
It's an outgrowth of our initial interest in art, and Gail's first really out of the gate with doing ceramics.
Clay works. Started the business in 2004. But an art experience for people. Come out and play with clay. We'll do our own work, but also have the studio open.
And then interested in having beginners on up to if somebody want to get serious about throwing and, you know, spend some real time at it.
Now the studios, we will have it open. We'll get some advertising going. We do have it on Facebook, so check out Peterson Pottery on Facebook.
For Highliner News, this is Josie Spengler.
It's not so easy to take on the responsibility of somebody else's job.
This mother-daughter duo decides to switch places for an hour.
I always say, I know. I know? I say, that's what I say.
Fanboys. Susie, go. Give me the conjunctions for fanboys, please.
Fanboys?
Yes. F.
You, oh goodness, come on, help me out. Do you know? No, we're not fan. Nor?
We're on B.
But.
Yes, that's right. Oh.
No, oh. Oh. Oh, I don't know.
That's or. Why? Susie?
I'm going to say you, but I'll be wrong.
But I am most like an exclamation point. If you ask any one of the kids in my classroom, what would be the number one thing you remember about her, they're going to say movies and candy. No, actually, I think personally, I should be known for being fair and honest, and I try to make things exciting. Would you agree? Thank you. One time I didn't get a job interview. I mean, I had the job interview, but I didn't get the job because they said somebody after me had a little more enthusiasm, and I asked if they did naked cartwheels because I found that to be highly unlikely that anybody had more enthusiasm than I did, especially when I really, really, really wanted and needed a job. So, now I did it. See, that comes right into your head.
Okay, you're getting graded. Let's go.
Okay.
Because it's frozen.
But
it is a little bit behind, see? Yeah.
it's very behind. Like
Yeah, it must have frozen. Yeah. Okay,
Maybe
nobody asked you.
Maybe it's a picture.
You should act nice all the time. If I acted like you guys did when I was in 2nd grade, yeah, that is exactly what I'd say. My mom would never let me talk like this to a teacher.
Oh, really?
Grayson, sit
Wait,
down.
are you a teacher?
I told you that. Did I not tell you that? And remember this list?
Hey, we need to do this. Can we fill out this blank and this blank off of the story? And I can read it again.
You started with 30. Wow. Okay, fine.
Okay, Grayson, I suggest you stop talking. Okay, a librarian put 58 books on the first shelf. She puts 31 more books on the first shelf than on the second shelf. How many books does she put on the second shelf? Oliver? Put 29 books? No. Now, what do we have to add to 31 to get 58? Do we know how to do that? 31. Do any of you know what that answer is?
89?
No.
Yeah, definitely 89.
That's not the answer. Reporting for Highliner News, this is Hayden Becker.
Thank you for joining us for this edition of Highliner News. I'm Zoe.
And I'm Amelia.